Good morning, PegVlog. As you can see, it is much too early to be awake on a Saturday. I'd kind of forgotten how much I love sunrises. Everything is so quiet and still before everyone wakes up. I think I'm usually too lazy to get up to appreciate them. Anyway, I got on a bus, then a train, and then another bus, which happened to have one of my profs on it, which was kind of weird, and then a ferry. If you've never been on a ferry, this is pretty much what it looks like on the inside. And on the ferry, I spotted a whale. I didn't get it on camera, sorry. Then I got on a double-decker bus, and then finally I arrived in Victoria, a beautiful, friendly, welcoming city that frankly I've fallen a little bit in love with. I checked out the government buildings, which look strikingly similar to the Manitoba legislature, and wandered around the surrounding area filled with lovely little houses on a homey street and massive old-fashioned looking hotels. I meandered down an oceanside boardwalk and realized how much I was enjoying being on my own. With nothing special to do or anywhere to be, I could just walk where my fancy took me and spend some time with myself. Just a side note, listen to these bells. How awesome is that? I headed down to the wharf and grabbed some fish and chips at a stand while 3 seals were just hanging out next to the dock. The stand guys were selling fish to feed the seals, so it makes sense why they'd stick around. As I sat watching the seals, I felt the knot that's been in my chest for the past little while start to loosen up. Recently, I've been feeling more like a poorly oiled machine that churns out notes than a musician that creates. I think I needed this little reprieve just to find some inspiration in the ocean and in the city. For the rest of the day, I visited a woman who sells lever harps. Unfortunately, I didn't get any footage of that, and wandered around downtown Victoria. Being on my own gave me the freedom to go into whatever shop I felt like, to just move or stay as I pleased. I checked into my hotel, and I'm pretty sure if you looked up a definition of tiny ass, there would be a picture of my hotel room. Which is fine, I didn't need that much space, but there was some decidedly creepy artwork though. The next morning, I attended the Remembrance Day ceremony taking place at the government buildings. Just as I was free to come and go as I chose this weekend and search for inspiration, just as I'm free to pursue a career as a musician, it's important to remember that all of our freedoms come at a price. It's important to remember those that have sacrificed for our freedoms and to use that freedom in a way that would make their sacrifice worth it. Just something to think about. I'm off to make music, PegVlog. I'll see you next week.